going on, you guys? It is your boy, the American F1 fan, Eric Ringel here, and it is time for the jewel in the Formula One calendar. It is the Formula One Monaco Grand Prix, and it is race preview time as we get ready for the Monaco Grand Prix. And guys, if you haven't seen, I am going to be doing an all-day live stream of what many consider to be the greatest day in motorsports. You've got the Monaco Grand Prix in the early morning. Then you have the Indianapolis 500. And then to top it all off in the evening, we're going to have the Coca-Cola 600. Now granted, that could be due to change with weather, but join us on this channel starting at 7:30 a.m. Sunday morning. I don't know what time that is everywhere you guys live, but join me as we get ready to start the Monaco Grand Prix. We're going to live stream watch along that race. Then in between races, I'm going to be answering your questions. If you guys have any questions, if you're new to Formula One, you can ask your questions there. And all the while, you guys will be able to donate to my channel through my Cash App. I'll put a picture of the poster here so you guys can take a look. You guys can donate any amount of money. All the money is going back into the channel, as this channel's not monetized yet. So, you know, it helps out the channel if we're able to get donations in. And I'll be doing different kinds of challenges, punishments, whatnot. It'll be an absolute blast, all-day celebration of the greatest day in motorsports. But let's get into the Monaco Grand Prix. Now, as I've said, the Monaco Grand Prix is the gem on the Formula One calendar. This is the one race that everybody looks forward to every season just because of the history of the Monaco circuit. I mean, I'm going to show you some pictures and show you the track layout, but I mean, it's just, even though the racing has kind of, over the past, 7 to 10 years, has gotten a bit processional, it's still one of the Formula One races that everybody looks forward to. And I'm going to say something a little bit controversial. I'm wondering, all the people out there that were complaining about celebrities and whatnot in Miami, I wonder how many people are going to complain about all the celebrities in Monaco. But looking at the Monaco Grand Prix, again, it tends to be processional at times, and so with these newer cars, they were supposed to be promoting more closer racing, and I think this is the perfect circuit to potentially see whether or not these cars are going to provide closer racing. Because as we've seen in years past, due to this track layout, it's one that is very low speed, high downforce. It is literally to the max on downforce. You guys are going to see it during the race, and I'll make sure I point it out during the live stream. Just the way the wings are set up, and the low speeds. You don't get very high above 100 miles per hour, except for on two different straights, the front stretch and then through the tunnel section. So now going over some just of the Monaco track layout, the biggest corners that you need to look out for in the Monaco Grand Prix. So it's obviously turn 1, Sandoval. That is the first biggest opportunity, especially off the starting line, where you're going to have that opportunity to make up places. And you can also have some people go very wide here and go right into the barrier that's literally with only a few feet off the track. So Sandoval is a spot you really want to watch for when at the start of the race specifically, more than anything else. If you've ever played the Formula One video games, I think the funniest comment is Jeff in years past would say no heroics into Sandoval, because typically you want to try to make up positions, especially if you're further down on the grid. That's a perfect spot to make up positions, but you don't want to make too many heroics going into that corner, because you could take it too far and you could take out several drivers just going into that corner. The next biggest section, and this is the section where you can make up positions here and there, and it's really a great, a great section to make up a position or two, and especially on the first couple laps, this is an area that you'll really want to watch out for. It's the Grand Hotel hairpin, so you'll have seen it on the map. It is a section And I'll show you the picture of what the hairpin looks like. It is literally a very tight U section. This is an area of the track where it literally, you are turning your wheel all the way to where you can possibly get it to. But this is a very good braking section. This is where guys have been able to make up positions, being able to, have a little bit more, testicular fortitude, if you want to call it that, and maybe brake a little bit later going into this section. So this is definitely an area that you're going to have to watch out for, especially over the first few 10, 15 laps, to where you can definitely see some passes coming in. Then I would be remiss without talking about the tunnel section, which I think is one of the cooler sections all throughout Formula One. It's a high speed. It's just a slight little right turn as you head down into the Novell chicane. Now this is another braking point where you can definitely make up positions, but if you get this turn incorrectly, you can end up catching a back wheel into the wall. You can go straight on at this corner. We've seen in years past, we saw the biggest wreck probably we've seen with Sergio Perez. He clipped the wall and basically slammed into a barrier. If you go straight on in that corner, he slammed into a barrier, concussed himself, and actually had to end up missing the Monaco Grand Prix. So this is definitely a section, again, where you can make up some spots, but if you get too far to the left, you can definitely put yourself out of the race very quickly. And then obviously the last section, the swimming pool section. This is these are very small turns, but it's very high. It's high speed for Monaco, let's put it that way. It's not like your high speed, almost 200 miles an hour. But this is a section here where if you get the slightest bit offline, your race is completely finished. We've seen in years past where guys just get a little bit offline, or even going into, there's a chicane at 15 and 16, where if you miss that chicane just wrong, you're ending up in the other wall. We've seen in qualifying sessions, Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, just to name two of them off the top of my head, where we've seen them, just get that chicane wrong enough and they end up in the wall. So now going into Monaco, I think the biggest thing we're all going to be, inquisitive of and, hoping that potentially it could shake things up even more is the weather. The weather is supposed to be very nice Thursday and Friday, as the temperatures won't be nearly as hot as Barcelona was. So we won't see the tire degradation like we did in Barcelona, but it's going to still be somewhat warm. But Sunday, we've got to talk about Sunday, race day. As Sunday, there is a 30 to 50% chance of rain. And if any Formula One fan will tell you, rain will change a race on a dime. And that's what I think most people are looking forward to for Monaco, because it does become so processional, is who's going to be able to drive these new 2022 cars in the rain, and who's going to have issues with it, because that's something we haven't seen going into this season. We have not seen how these cars react in the rain, how the intermediate and how the wet weather tires are going to react with these new cars. And for one, I hope we get to see that. I hope we get to see some wet weather racing, to where we know how these cars are going to react in the rain, and who's going to be one of the top teams in wet weather driving. And finally, we've got to talk about predictions. And coming off of last weekend in Barcelona, it was an absolute heartbreaker for Charles Leclerc, but we found out that it was the MGUH that failed on the car, so they're going to obviously be putting a brand new engine in his car. But I feel like that this is a track that suits Ferrari a lot better than a Red Bull and potentially a Mercedes, because Ferrari was built more for, I feel like, the downforce, as more Red Bull was built for speed. And I think we saw bits and pieces of that in Barcelona. We've seen it bits and pieces over throughout the season. So, going into Monaco, if this race really, I feel like, can go down Ferrari's right down the alleyway for them. This could be their race, but I think we'd be remiss without saying Charles Leclerc has a Monaco curse, as we've seen over the last 4 years, and even just a couple weeks ago. Charles Leclerc, Monaco is his home, and Monaco seems to be like the big thorn in his side. He's had, wrecks. He's had mechanical issues. He then backed Niki Lauda's car into the wall a couple weeks ago at the Monaco historic rally that they had at the track just a couple weeks ago. So is the curse over? Because typically when he's not, he's had the wreck throughout the Grand Prix weekend. Did he get it out of his system just a couple weeks early? And is that going to propel him into winning this race? My prediction is going to be absolute chaos. This is one of those races that, again, because walls are so close in on the track, you don't have the wide open tracks that you see, in France and in Spa in years past. You don't have that wide open where, if you go off a little bit, you can still save the car. If you go offline a little bit, you are into a metal wall and your race is over. I just feel like with the potential of rain and the new cars and just all of that together, we are going to see the first bits of Formula One chaos this weekend. And I'm going to go out on a limb. This is going to be my only prediction for the weekend. I'm not going to, typically I would give you my top three. I'm going to say that we are going to get a first-time winner at the Monaco Grand Prix. That's all I'm going to say. So join me on Sunday for the Monaco Grand Prix. It's going to be an absolute blast. But guys, comment down in the comment section down below what you guys think of Monaco, what you guys think of the Monaco Grand Prix. What are you guys looking forward to? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know who you guys think is going to win. Slap a like on this video for more weekly Formula One content as we're doing race reviews, race recaps, race previews. I've said two different ways of saying recap. We do other Formula One content on this channel all the time. So guys, slap a like on this video and subscribe if you guys are new for more weekly Formula One content. But guys, for the American F1 fan, I'm Eric Ringel, signing off.